Welcome to The Explainer. Today, we're diving into a DeFi platform called Atlas, and it's tackling a really big question. What if you could spend your future investment earnings right now, today? Let's get into it.
All right, so if you've ever been in DeFi, you totally know this feeling, right? Your assets are staked, they're earning yield, which is awesome, but they're also locked up, totally illiquid. You basically can't use them. I mean, you can see the value right there on the screen, but you can't actually touch it.
Well, this is the exact problem that a platform called Atlas is trying to fix. It's built on Cardano, and its whole mission is to take those trapped yield-earning assets and, set them free, make them liquid again.
So how in the world does it work? Well, at its core, Atlas lets you tokenize your future yield. It literally separates your main investment, your principal, from the income it's going to generate down the road. And by splitting them apart like that, it makes both pieces instantly liquid and tradable. Pretty cool, huh?
Okay, so let's really dig into the core concept that makes all of this possible. It's called yield tokenization.
Yeah. At its heart, you can think of it as a kind of financial alchemy. You take one single, locked-up asset, and you magically split it into two brand new, totally separate assets. And each of these new assets has its own unique purpose and its own market value. So here's how that transformation looks. Your one locked asset gets turned into two new tradable tokens. First, you've got the principal token, or PT, that represents your original chunk of capital. And then you have the yield token, or YT, which is basically the rights to all that future interest. Okay, let's walk through a quick example to make this super clear. Let's say you deposit $1,000 of an asset and it's earning 10% a year. Normally, you'd have to wait that entire year to get your $100 in yield, right? Well, with Atlas, that split happens instantly. You get a $1,000 principal token and a $100 yield token, and bam, both of them are immediately ready to be traded. So what do you do with these new tokens? Well, think of the principal token kind of like a zero coupon bond. It represents your original $1,000 that you can redeem in the future. You could actually sell it today for a discount, say for $950, to someone who's just looking for a fixed, predictable return. The result? You get cash in your pocket now, and they get the full $1,000 when the token matures. Now, the yield token, that's a different beast entirely. It acts more like a yield futures contract. It basically represents the rights to that future $100 of income. So you could sell it immediately to lock in your profit right away, or you could get into speculating. What if you think the underlying asset's yield is going to go up, past 10%? Well, you could buy up more yield tokens, hoping to cash in on that upside. All of a sudden, passive income becomes an active trading strategy. So, as you can see, this whole token splitting thing unlocks some really powerful new strategies and features. This separation immediately gives you some really clear strategic choices. Want instant cash flow? Easy. Sell your yield token, and you still get to hold on to your original principal. Or, what if you need capital now, but you want to keep the rights to your future earnings? No problem. Just sell your principal token at a discount. The flexibility is completely in your hands. But here's the thing. Atlas is building way more than just a single tool. They're aiming to create an entire ecosystem. This means things like secondary markets where you can freely trade these new yield assets. It's got a composable design, so it can literally plug into other DeFi protocols. And this is huge. It's also built for cross-chain compatibility. It starts on Cardano, but it's expanding to the privacy-focused Midnight network, which will allow for confidential yield trading. Plus, it's designed to be institutional-ready, and a portion of protocol fees even flow back to the token holders. It's the whole package. Okay, so who's actually behind this ambitious project? And what's the long-term vision here? Where is all this going? The project is being powered by the Titans core team. And listen, this is not their first rodeo. They're already well known on Cardano for building a pretty massive ecosystem that combines Bitcoin mining with DeFi, and it's actually generating real revenue. And for the really heavy lifting, the deep technical work, they've partnered up with Firework/Dega. Now, this is an elite high-performance blockchain engineering studio. What that means is they bring that deep, specialized experience you absolutely need to build the kind of secure and complex system that a platform like Atlas demands. So the team's vision, it's ambitious. They're aiming to build, and I quote, an ever-evolving DeFi powerhouse that unites privacy, liquidity, and innovation. Really, the end goal here is to give users like you and me the power to control and trade our yield in ways we've just never been able to before.
And their roadmap lays out a pretty clear path forward. It all starts on Cardano right now. Next up, they're expanding to the Midnight network to bring in that privacy layer. From there, things get even more interesting. The plan is to introduce more advanced financial products like perpetual yield futures. Think futures contracts that never expire. And down the line, they're looking to support stablecoins and even yield from real-world assets. That's a huge step.
And this all leaves us with a really fascinating final thought. I mean, if you can tokenize the future yield from crypto staking, what else could this be applied to? Think about it. Music royalties, rental income from properties, stock dividends. Could this model of unlocking future value be the next massive evolution for all forms of passive income? It's a pretty powerful idea to chew on.